your World Cup update for Tuesday, June 22nd. I'm Deborah Ruther. The World Cup kicked into high gear today with the final round of group matches kicking off in South Africa. For Uruguay and Mexico, there was only positioning at stake, with both looking sure to move on to the next round. But first in Bloemfontein, host South Africa needed a miracle to avoid becoming the first host nation not to advance beyond the group stages. Luckily, they were facing the French, arguably the biggest disaster of the tournament so far. Bafana made South Africa proud, beating the French 2-1 on a pair of second-half goals. Still not nearly enough for the South Africans, who needed a wide margin of victory to have any hope of moving on to the knockout rounds. Karma and age caught up with the French, who qualified only after a blatant handball from Thierry Henry kept Ireland out of the tournament. Les Bleus lived up to their billing as the World Cup's most dysfunctional team, while South Africa came up just short in third place in Group A. That left Uruguay and Mexico to decide who would win the group and avoid powerful Argentina in the next round. True to form, Uruguay recorded its third straight shutout, beating Mexico 1-0 on a goal from Luis Suarez. Mexico mounted a second-half charge, but it wasn't enough to finish atop the group. Taking a look at the final Group A standings, Uruguay finishes first and will face the second-place team from Group B in the round of 16. Mexico likely earns a date with Argentina, which plays later today. Au revoir to France, runners-up in the last World Cup. Attention turns to Group B later today, with much still left to be decided. For Argentina, a draw will assure them of first place in Group B. Greece will be going all out in search of the full 3 points that would help them through to the next round in second place. However, lurking in the wings is South Korea, which plays Nigeria at the same time in Durban. With wins for both South Korea and Greece, it will come down to goal differential. Nigeria is all but eliminated at this point. Argentina sitting pretty atop Group B, setting up for a classic in the round of 16 versus rival Mexico. For South Korea and Greece, goals will be golden as each looks for a wide margin of victory today. In other news from the World Cup, the United States men's national team hold their World Cup destiny in their hands on Wednesday when they square off with a resilient Algerian squad. A win assures the U.S. of advancing after two of the most exciting draws in World Cup history. Even with a draw against the Desert Foxes, the U.S. could advance as long as England fails to beat Slovenia. This has been your World Cup update for Tuesday, June 22nd. I'm Deborah Ruther. Stay logged on to rttnews.com for continuing updates throughout the day.